Hey guys, Brentford's Laser here, and today we're going to be talking about a few. Well, I'm going to be giving you a few thoughts on some cards that I've been playing with lately, and basically some insight into kind of what made me decide to go with the deck I'm going to take to regionals. I really like this deck. It's pretty powerful. It's kind of what do you want to say? Like, it's a rogue deck. It's just really simple. There are some interesting plays in it, and I'm going to talk to you about some of the power cards in the deck. So obviously, the card that's the biggest threat in the deck is going to be BLS. BLS is just big beater. He's overpowered. I think he should be banned personally, but you know, that's not up to me. Another big card in the deck is, let me find it. Or actually, I'll just find out a couple other cards. Okay. In the spell area is Wave Motion and Shard of Greed. Now, yesterday I made a video in response to WK Dad's video. I messed my hair up. In WK's Dad video about people complaining, people saying, "Oh, that's stupid. You know, why didn't you do this? Oh, you can't. You're never gonna get that off because so many MSTs are floating around and dark hole and blah blah blah." And that's not the case 100% of the time. People aren't always gonna have that warning. People aren't going to always have that mystical. People aren't going to always have that heavy. And when they do, you know, you got to have the answers. So, you know, if opponent has a card that you know, is gonna try to stop my card, I got 3 Dark Bribes in the deck. And you know, if they draw into another answer, then that's, you know, that's the breaks, basically. But I think Dark Bribe is a very powerful card this format. Usually, you know, if you stop the right piece of the combo, you know, if you're used to seeing particular plays being made and you know which card is going to stop them dead in their tracks at the right time, it's done. This deck doesn't do that. It just basically summons, beats face, passes turn. If you can't get the stuff off the board, I'm going to replenish my hand. If you can't get the stuff off the board, I'm going to burn you to death. And basically, I don't think people are used to seeing that. You know, a card that's a beatdown, I mean, a deck that's a beatdown deck, but it also has burn in it. And it also has a lot of draw power. And, like, I wanted to make a deck that was pretty consistent, that people hadn't really seen. You know, I guess you could cite in you know, shadow mirrors for it for some of the monsters, but I mean, like, basically that's not a really big issue to me. I could just slide those out for other stuff. Gozen match doesn't really hurt me because the majority of my monsters are warriors. You know, so you know, that's pretty cool. I think a big card that I've been liking, you know, besides Dark Bribe, is Ceasefire. I wish it was at more than 1, but I mean, there's a reason it's at 1. It's super powerful. It's really good. I really like this deck. Honest is in the deck because there's a lot of cards that are light. I have Air Knight in the deck so I could hit 8 stars if I need to. You know, bring them on the board, trample over something, get a draw in. You know, special summon Birdman, get him off the board, and get an 8-star on the board, and I'm good to go. And it's a really interesting deck. I've been trying it. I've been playing it at my friend's, you know, my friend's house. I tried it on DN for a little while. I'm going to refine it as much as I possibly can. Get to know the deck as much as possible, you know, before regionals, so I can know exactly what situations to go to. I have 3 Excaliburs in the deck. That might be a little excessive. I think I might take one out for a Photon Strike Bouncer because I found myself in a situation where I've had multiple 6 stars on the board and no Photon Strike Bouncer. So, you know, that's pretty cool. I think those cards are really good. Those cards are really cool. Basically, though, the card I wanted to really talk about was BLS. And BLS is basically a make or break you card. And if you can't stop him, you're dead, essentially. I mean, like, he's super powerful. He can remove stuff. If your opponent doesn't have any way of getting him off the board, you know, it's over. I mean, like, basically, like, okay, I'm playing Birdman, and I can get Locomotion on the board, so I can steal my opponents. I'm playing, you know, Trag, so I can dump my BLS if I don't have the material to steal their BLS. I can, you know, do all sorts of things, or I can bring out my BLS and then pop theirs. And, you know, I have warnings and stuff, but I mean, like, that's all situational, like I said before. So if I don't have that stuff, then I'm screwed. You know, but that's basically the situation for anybody. If you don't have it, you're screwed. And that's like, you can't always think like that. So you just got to trust your deck, trust your skills, you know, practice, get better, you know, learn situations where you need a warning, learn situations where you can let things slide, learn situations where you need to stop, you know, mysticals and heavies and stuff like that, and learn when you can let them slide. You know, I'm playing 3 wave motions and 2 shards of greed. I'll put out a bait wave motion if I have a shard of greed because I would rather draw then build up a wave motion, and then have it popped. So, and Shard Greed is a lot shorter than wave motion. It's during my draw phases. So I go 1 draw phase, 2 draw phase, I draw 2 more cards. You know, and that's really cool. So, and then, like, I've been playing and people haven't been popping it, and people haven't been having the pops to get it, and if they have the pops, then I just stop it with Dark Bribe. And they're like, at least I get to draw. And like, but that's like, I guess that's kind of like the way I want them to think, because I want them to think that they're going to be safe. So hopefully this deck performs really well at regional. I'm going to try to, you know, fine tune it as much as I possibly can. Basically the lineup is Stratos, 3 Alias, 3 Thrasher, or 3 Photon Thrasher, 3 Defenders, 2 Malicious, 2 Birdman, like the big 3, Gores, BLS, Sorcerer, and then 2 Trag, just to seal fools, like, you know, if I need to, and Air Knight for a 5-star. I was trying Zaborg and other builds, and it's like whatever. I mean, on the 5-star drop, the 5-star spot might even be dropped by, you know, a couple weeks. I don't really know. I haven't really been feeling it. I've been getting a couple draws off of him here and there, but I mean, other than that, he's just there to make 8 stars essentially. Yeah, and that's basically it. You know, and then there's my spell lineup, which is a bunch of. I don't play heavy, so I don't have to heavy my board. I don't play. I play only 2 mysticals. I don't really feel like there's a whole lot of need for popping back row, because I think you can bait it out. I think that's important. Being able to bait it out, so they just waste it, and then you can hit what you think is important. I did that yesterday actually. I was playing, and I summoned, and my opponent warning, so I Dark Bribed, and then I hit the other card that was left on the board, and it was a Mirror Force. So I was like, oh, that's what I meant. Like, you can kind of tell when your opponent has something and when they don't, you know, or what they have and how to work around it. You know, just you just got to kind of sit there and think for a second without just running into the battle, you know, headstrong, and then being the first one to die, essentially. So yeah, basically that's my deck that I'm going to take probably to regional. It has a very control aspect to it. You know, thank you all for your suggestions. I'm basically going with a kind of a weird chaos build warrior thing that I think is going to catch a lot of people off guard. It's really cool. It can deal a lot of damage really fast. You know, bring out Excalibur, hit, launch a wave motion for like 2. That's already like 6,000 if they took it, and then set a ceasefire at some point in the game, or launch off another wave motion, and that's it. You're done. You know, assuming you didn't stop any of that. But so, you know, I haven't really had trouble with that kind of situation yet, where I've just like played somebody and they're like stop. You know, so it looks pretty good at this point. If you like the video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you want to see when I put out new videos, and thanks for watching.